all of these things on here are from the enemy. And they're all things that we can control getting better at. This is not God's design for your physical intimacy. Welcome, my name is Jessica Lewis. I'm the founder of Rise Up Queens, where I help women step into the freedom that Christ died for. Here on this channel, you will find many topics on physical intimacy, porn and working through that in your marriage, communication, triggers, and so much more. I hope you dive in with me and subscribe and create the best marriage you possibly can with your spouse right now. So today we're going to dive into physical intimacy inside your marriage. Some of you desire more connection, but you don't know how to get it. You don't know what's in the way. And so I'm going to go through all the things that might be inhibiting you from having the connection you desire. Actually, this talk isn't just about physical connection. I would venture to guess that these things that we're going to talk about will get in the way of your emotional connection. So period, connection in your marriage. And I know some of you have been hurt very bad by your spouses, and so you don't desire to connect with them. Don't turn away, because some of this will still relate to you. So I want you to think about you and your spouse. So let's say that this is your husband and this is you. And you desire to have a level 10 connection. There are things that might get in the way of that, things that you can actively work at and get better at to create more connection. So I want you to think about, and this could go on either side, but shame. Do either of you bring shame from your sexual past into your marriage? And has that shame been dealt with? Or have you allowed that shame to linger and continue to linger, and so you don't feel comfortable with your spouse, who could be a safe person, because of your past? Another thing you might bring into the relationship is fear, right? So this could sound like fear of rejection, just fear of being known, fear of intimacy. For me, I know I carried some of this fear, not only in our physical life, but in our everyday life. When we had our kids, it was so much easier for me to stand behind our little island and wash the dishes while Skylar connected on the floor with the kids than it was for me to get on the floor with the kids. I knew I had a challenge and a fear around intimacy, because growing up, I didn't have deep intimacy and connection with my parents. So it was a foreign thing for me to learn to develop. So another thing that might get in the way of a level 10 connection is insecurities. So if you are insecure about your body and how you look, or what other people think about you, if you have a fear of man and what other people think about you is very, very great, you might be bringing those insecurities into your relationship, and it is diminishing the ability to connect with your spouse. I remember the first time that I wanted to wear something nice for Skylar, physically, like intimately. And I walked out of the room and my head was down and my shoulders were down, and, like embarrassingly walked into the room. And he lovingly said, "Jessica, you know what? If you're going to do it, you're going to need to own it. Because if you don't think you look hot, that might influence the way that I look." So for me, insecurities, I used to say like, "Oh, I don't like this about me. I don't like this about me." And Skylar said, "Hey, I don't want to believe that about you. So can you stop saying that around me? Because if you say it enough, you might convince me that you're right." And so are you dealing with some of your insecurities? Or are you expecting your partner to solve them? Or when they share the things about you that they love about your body, that they probably do love about your body, do you discount those and push those away and push them away in the process because you haven't yet dealt with your insecurities? And closely tied to that is your self-talk. How is your internal self-talk about you and who you are and your worth? Something else that might inhibit connection might be unrealistic expectations. And when I say unrealistic expectations, what I'm talking about here is if one or both of you have ever been addicted to porn, you may have some unrealistic expectations about physical intimacy and what a normal, wholesome, pure physical relationship with your spouse looks like. And so you might have to talk through some of those. You may be asking them to do things that just don't feel right to them. And if you're not checking into that, they will withdraw from you. Do you have unrealistic expectations that you have gained from actors that have been paid to do things that some people would never do ever in their life that are dehumanizing? Some of you, another way to have division or not have a great connection would be unbelief. Do you believe that there is greater connection that's available to you? Or do you believe that once you're married, that your sex life goes down the drain? Or that it's supposed to get progressively worse as time goes on? Or do you believe that there is greater connection available when you not only connect physically, that you can connect deeper emotionally and deeper spiritually with each other? Are you looking for the next level 10? Or if you're a 2, are you looking to get to a 3 or a 4? Something else that can get in the way of this is if there has been broken trust. So if there has been unfaithfulness or addictions in the relationship, broken trust will absolutely get in the way of you two connecting at the deepest levels. Same thing with trauma, right? If there has been trauma from one of your pasts, that will cloud how you connect, how you're able to connect, how you feel safe to connect. A simple one would be distractions, right? Do you let distractions get in the way of your physical connection with your spouse, right? So if you're working, do you just continue working until you're so tired that you have nothing left to give? Or if you stay at home and take care of the kids and take care of the house and manage your household, do you save any energy for your significant other? Are you guys communicating? So is there a lack of communication? Especially, is there a lack of communication before you go to engage? Are you talking about your physical intimacy in your physical life before it comes up? Or is this a regular thing that you're actively together working on getting better, right? Also, I would put in here I already put broken trust. Clearly that was an important one for me. I'm just gonna add that one more time for whoever needed that. And I'm sure there's more things that could go on this list, but what is getting in the way of you two connecting? And when I see this list, a very close person to us said, all of these things on here are from the enemy. And they're all things that we can control getting better at. This is not God's design for your physical intimacy. God's design for your physical intimacy is oneness, connection, passion, pleasure, and this special little thing that is meant to be for you and your spouse only. This is all from the enemy. And so are you actively pursuing ways, if you have trauma or if there was broken trust, or if you have insecurities or have a challenge with self-talk, are you actively reading books or going to seminars or doing things to progressively get better at that so that you can live a more fulfilled and happy and connected life? And I'm not saying that your physical life is everything, but man, when you have a great connection with your spouse and they are your person, they are your safe space, they are the place that you can run to, it's priceless. And I desire that. If you're going to be married and you're going to have physical intimacy, why not have the best intimacy that's possible out there? And if you don't know where to go to work on some of these things, there's a place called Rise Up Kings for men and Rise Up Queens for women. We absolutely work on every single one of these areas. And I have countless women walking in freedom and deeper connection and not living in their fear and their self-talk and creating passion and connection that they never knew was possible. No one ever modeled it to them before, and they know how to do it now. So if that's you, I hope that you take a look at the description below and click the link and join our community of Rise Up Queens women, or if you're a male, the Rise Up Kings men. I wish and pray for passion and connection in your marriage. Check out the other videos and make sure you're subscribed. I look forward to hearing your comment on what stood out most below.